Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be talking about thyroid, specifically hypothyroid and Hashimoto's disease. I have had so many requests to make a video like this, and it just took me a while because it is a very big topic and I want to do it justice. I am going to try to keep the video as short as possible and just give you very simplistic steps, I guess, and tips. Everything I'm going to say is kind of like the surface. It only really scratches the surface of Hashimoto's and thyroid disease or low thyroid. But it's definitely a good place to start if you do want deeper help and you need a little bit more knowledge. I do offer holistic nutrition consultations. You can click the link in the description box below to go to my website. It's holisticspring.com, and you can schedule a consultation from there or contact me if you'd like more info. But I have worked with many clients who have Hashimoto's or low thyroid and they've gotten good results. So if you are interested in that, just let me know. But we're gonna get started, and I just want to quickly start by listing a couple things that can actually cause hypothyroidism. So why do people have it from the start? The first thing is due to our soil, our depleted soil. There's no iodine, there's hardly any minerals left in our soil. That's too loud, John. Shh. Sorry, my son's here. There's not enough minerals in our soil. It's very depleted due to our poor farming practices, and our whole monocrop thing that everyone's been doing. So that's the first thing, is we're very deficient, not only in iodine, which is usually the biggest, but also those other essential trace minerals. The second thing would be heavy metals in general, from our paints, from our makeup and chemicals we breathe in, and silver, mercury fillings and stuff. That's too loud, please don't do that. All of that kind of stuff is going to create that toxicity in our body and directly affect our thyroid health. So usually with low thyroid or hypothyroidism or Hashimoto's, there's always that underlying heavy metal toxicity that you need to address, which I'll kind of get into as we go through the video. The next thing are just leaky gut. So if you have leaky gut, which people with autoimmune always have, and autoimmune is another cause for having like thyroid issues. It's usually the main cause. So leaky gut is big because you'll have all these toxins and undigested food particles, specifically from dairy, sugar, and gluten, entering the bloodstream, causing that inflammation, creating that autoimmune disorder. And a lot of times as well with autoimmune, you have the underlying heavy metal toxicity. So it kind of all comes together. And then finally, there's going to be the candida and parasites, which create the nutrient deficiencies and the autoimmune disorders as well. So it's kind of all interwoven. And something that I do like to kind of say is, if you address one of these, like do a heavy metal detox and try to fight candida and do all that, you'll notice a huge improvement in general in your thyroid, just because it's kind of like, you do one and it kind of ticks a bunch of boxes. It's kind of killing one bird, or multiple birds with one stone. Sorry. So I'm sorry, my brain's all over the place today. So there's many more causes than what I've listed, but these are the main ones. So I'm going to just start by listing. There's pretty much what I'd like to say is 3 steps to improving your thyroid health. The first one's always going to start with diet. As with any protocol, you have to address what is going into your body. So I always say, aside from diet, you want to clean out your products, your beauty products, get your mercury fillings removed if you have them. Just kind of clean house in terms of toxins and try to be as natural as possible. Use essential oils for perfume and for cleaning products, things like that. But then you come to diet, and diet is the most important. You need to address that. And the first thing I always say is you have to go gluten and dairy free, sugar free. You want to eat very anti-inflammatory. A GAPS diet is good in this situation. I never chose a specific diet. I just eliminated a bunch of foods and ate the ones that I knew were safe. So like I said, gluten, dairy, sugar. You want to avoid soy specifically if you have a thyroid issue, because it does prevent your thyroid from utilizing iodine. So keep soy out of your diet, even if it's organic. And focus on anti-inflammatory. Something that happens when you do have that autoimmune condition is if you eat, for example, dairy or anything that looks like a gluten protein. So the dairy casein protein is similar to gluten. Grains have similar proteins to gluten. So usually if you're celiac, usually you can't have several grains, not only gluten, because they do look similar. So same situation with thyroid issues. When you consume anything that looks like a gluten protein and you have the autoimmune, so it means you have a dysfunctional immune system and it can't differentiate, too well between different proteins and between, problematic substances in the body and your physical body, and in this case, your thyroid gland, it right away starts to just kind of puts targets on anything that enters a body that looks like gluten or that it thinks could be gluten, and it'll start hitting the thyroid and causing that inflammation and the destruction of your thyroid gland. So it's so important to avoid, like I said, those specific foods because they do mimic gluten. So usually going grain-free while you're trying to improve your thyroid function is helpful, anywhere from 1 to 3 months, depending on how severe your condition is. But like I said, I have gone grain-free for about 3 months. My thyroid function improved dramatically, but I'm no longer grain-free now. I do eat lots of grains except gluten, but so that's really important. You want to incorporate lots and lots of organic, specifically because you don't want the pesticides because they also contain heavy metals. So you want to go completely organic if possible and eat lots of dark green leafy vegetables. You want to incorporate lots of like wild caught fish, things that are high in iodine. So kelp, seaweed, that kind of stuff is fantastic. Lots of fruits. So you just really want to go for a whole foods, all natural, clean diet. And like I said, just avoid grains if possible during this time. If you're avoiding grains, this would be a good time to try like a liver and candida cleanse as well, because that all goes to improving your thyroid function. So once you have your diet under control, and again, if you need more help with diet, I also do sell meal plans and stuff. I'm not trying to sell you on my services here. That's not what this video is for, but if you do need that extra support, I am here to help. So for the next step is for supplementation. So like I said, you do have those nutrient and mineral deficiencies. So the first thing you want to make sure you're starting to get into your diet is selenium. It helps regulate the T3 and T4 hormone in your thyroid gland. So it's a powerful antioxidant. It's an essential mineral. There are so many forms and supplements with selenium. You want to get high quality. Something I really like to do is Iodine. It's a homeopathic preparation of selenium. So it's very specific and very easily absorbed by the body, diluted to the right proportion that your body needs. So it just is very effective. It kind of comes in like little ampules and you can just pour it in your mouth. Just amazing. But either way, look into getting selenium in your diet along with iodine. We are always deficient in iodine, especially if you don't eat a lot of seafood, if you don't eat a lot of fresh foods, if you don't have homegrown food, so you don't have good soil, things like that, you're going to be deficient in iodine. Something I want to say here that I should have mentioned in the diet part of this video is to actually avoid table salt. They treat it with iodine, so a lot of people think it's good because it has higher levels of iodine, but it contains a lot of heavy metals. It's almost purely sodium, and it lacks a lot of the essential minerals that we need in our body from pure sea salt or Himalayan salt. So I always say maybe go for like a pure Celtic sea salt or something and stay away from table salt like the plague. So after you have selenium and iodine, you can also do Iodine ampules, also homeopathic preparation. If you do need access to any of these products, just let me know. Fantastic as well. Something else you could start looking into getting in your supplementation routine are adaptogens, specifically ashwagandha. They really help to balance those cortisol levels. Ashwagandha specifically helps to balance your T4 thyroid hormone. So super important. There's also things like maca, holy basil. There's so many other adaptogens you can look into taking, but ashwagandha is one of my favorite when it comes to specifically thyroid dysfunction. Something else you need to support your thyroid are going to be your B vitamins, specifically vitamin B12 and B6. Those ones are going to help with, at the cellular level to help nourish your body. It also supports your adrenals, so super important. It gives you energy, so you want to make sure you're getting a lot of B vitamins and B12 in your diet. Probiotics, which are always in my videos, helps to just, support that gut function and gut health, reduce inflammation, and probiotics do, produce B vitamins in the body as well. So super important to have those. Something else that I'm going to say that you can look into, depending again on the severity of your condition, out of my purse, honey, depending on the severity of your condition, if you have super bad thyroid health, if you have very low thyroid, if you have major thinning of the eyebrows, like on the outer part of your eyebrow, if you have serious troubles with weight, no matter what you're trying, you might want to look into something a little bit more potent. So you could start getting into glandulars and homeopathic. So these are going to be like thyroid hormone usually comes from a rabbit. Careful, sweetie. It usually comes from a rabbit. So you're going to look into maybe getting some glandulars. You can talk to, I do glandulars. You can talk to a homeopath or naturopath to get these. adrenal glandulars, things that are going to support your energy levels. There are also, like I said, homeopathics that you can also get as well. So there are a lot of routes to go. If you talk to a naturopath, they'll give you, you know, a lot of options. Again, it depends on the severity of your thyroid health. How bad is it? If it's just the start, you know, it's pretty easy to rebalance with some nutrients. If it's a little bit deeper and longer, it's been there for a while, you might need a little bit more help. So definitely look into glandulars though. You can buy like multivitamins that actually have like thymus glandulars and adrenal glandulars and things already in them. Thyroid glandulars specifically are a little bit harder to get. You do have to get those recommended or prescribed to you because they are a little bit more, I guess like a little bit more challenging in terms of like not everyone should have them. So a little bit more challenging for, you know, to find online, I guess. So that kind of covers supplements. Like I said, I'm going through this video quick because I don't want it to be long, but if you do have any more questions about something, just comment them down below and I will get back to you for sure. The last step you want to do is you need to detox your body, but especially heavy metals from your body. So there are a bunch of ways you can do this. You can do like water fasts. You can do like a homeopathics and do like a liver flush and kidney flush and all these drainages. So you can do liver drainage, kidney drainage, which I always recommend, like really detox your colon, like your whole body, your blood, your lymphatic system. Aside from that, you can also do like cilantro tinctures. You can do one of my favorite products that I recommend to everyone is sea greens. I love the company Shinusa. The video is not sponsored by them or anything. It's just what I use personally and what I recommend to everyone. And it's just like a whole bunch of sea vegetables. So number one, high in iodine to support the thyroid. Number two, it's has a lot. The sea vegetables are fantastic for kind of binding to heavy metals and pulling them out of the body. So super amazing. Plus it alkalizes. But any type of sea vegetables, you can even do like an algae mixture in a capsule. You can do liquid form. There's a lot of ways to go, but find a good sea supplement or anything to like I said, cilantro tincture, something that's going to help detoxify heavy metals. Activated charcoal is fantastic if you take it at night away from all your other supplements on an empty stomach with some water. That's going to bind to heavy metals. So there's a lot of things you can do. If you have a long-standing thyroid issue and you have had silver mercury fillings for years and all this like heavy metal exposure, there's something called chelation therapy, which you can just actually talk to any doctor about and they will be able to set you up. And it's pretty much like an IV treatment to help chelate the heavy metals and pull them out of the body. So usually like lead, it's effective for lead and that kind of stuff. But that's usually one of like the last remedies that I recommend. I usually suggest just trying like natural tinctures and things first and see how you feel. And they're usually sufficient to detoxify. And that's pretty much it. So like I said, you want to change your diet, anti-inflammatory, alkaline, get lots of iodine in your diet, you know, just rebalance, get lots of minerals from vegetables and fruit. Then you want to look into supplementation. So things like iodine, selenium, adaptogens, some glandulars, maybe some thyroid hormone, some homeopathic preparations if you like. You don't have to, but yeah, that kind of stuff is going to help to support the thyroid. You can also incorporate like bone broth and collagen to start helping work on your gut and resealing that up to reduce inflammation. And then from there, you want to look at detoxing as well. These steps kind of all go together. You can start all three steps together and just really, you know, intertwine them, but detoxing is important to get rid of all of that stuff out of your body that's affecting your thyroid. And specifically things like mercury and aluminum, they actually attach to the thyroid gland. And when your immune system sees like those heavy metals, it, you know, goes to attack it and try to get it out of the body. And it creates so much inflammation around your thyroid that not only is it attacking the heavy metal, trying to, you know, eliminate it, it's also attacking your thyroid gland. So that's when autoimmune is happening. It's your thyroid is getting destroyed because of the toxins and all of that are there and causing the inflammation. So super important to eliminate that. Just sit down a little longer, sweetie. And those are the three main steps. Like I said, it goes a lot deeper than, you know, just what I've mentioned in this video, but this video can be hours long. So I'm thinking maybe down the road when I have a little bit of time, I might do either a live video on thyroid health or maybe a workshop or a webinar or something. So stay tuned. But I hope this kind of just gets you on the right path for now to just figure out exactly what you should be doing to at least start to improve your thyroid health. And then if this is only helping a little bit, but you're not fully there, then you can start looking into chelation therapy and some thyroid hormone and things like that. But this is definitely a good place to start. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I talk fast, so I'm sorry. I hope you understood me, but thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. I really, really appreciate it. When I hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, I will be doing a giveaway. So please share this video, share my channel with your friends and family so we can get to 10,000 subscribers sooner. I really love you all and appreciate all the support. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.